everybody, Crow here, and what we're looking at here is what is left of my magazine collection. Many months ago, Snestastic had made a remark in either somewhere in my channel or in a video somewhere saying that he'd like to see my my video game magazine collection, and I couldn't get to them because they were buried beneath the futon, as I showed in another video. But I've got some stuff packed up, and before I send these over to the new place, I figured I'd make a video on these, probably several videos. This first video will probably just be an overview of these magazines, and then maybe subsequent videos I'll kind of open up some of them and show what's inside. So, and this is also a video I've kind of wanted to do as well, but not, have the chance to to actually get the magazine. There's some magazines on there. Now, like I said, I used to have, well, like I insinuated, I used to have a lot more magazines, but I've moved several times since the early 90s, and I've wound up throwing away a lot of them away. I mean, a lot of them away. So, like some of these older magazines, I mean, I kept like the very first issues of them I've gotten. But when you're moving and moving, these magazines, they've got to go. I mean, it's just ridiculous how much this here weighs by itself. I don't plan on throwing any of these away, but it was a matter of not having the space and not wanting to move them again and again and again. So let's this first stack is one of my earliest favorite video game magazines. Let's see if I can get the glare away from there. Okay. It's called Video Games and Computer Entertainment. The very first issue I got was back in April 1991, and it looks like these are upside down for whatever reason, but yeah. Now, this used to be one of my favorite video game magazines, but over time they changed their name. Look at this, Battletoads. It's awesome on the Super Nintendo. Now, I like this magazine because it had some computer stuff in there, as well as some arcade stuff and pinball stuff. But over time, this is a special one where they had 4 different covers because Street Fighter II Championship Edition for the Genesis. And then they changed their name to focus on just video games. This is a defunct magazine now. Doesn't exist anymore. But, for the early 90s, I really enjoyed this. Let's see here. Put these back over here. And actually, they had a spin-off magazine as well, Tips and Trips magazine. Very big section of this magazine was Tips and Tricks, and it eventually evolved to its own magazine. Here's some of the earliest game pros that I have. Street Fighter II. Here's one with the Battletoads on it. And, this is the very earliest one. This was from, shoot, I don't know. I know it's from 91. Sometime in 91. I'm not going to bother. Here's one that I've, just a one-timer Game Buyer magazine. 423 reviews. I can't remember from, this is from Ultra Game Players. This used to be Ultra Game Players, which used to be one of my favorite magazines as well for that time. It's the PlayStation, the official PlayStation magazine. Here's a, look, I had to keep one of these. A Die-Hard Game Fan. This was a pretty unusual magazine as well. Here's the Nintendo. This one's from Nintendo Power, I think. No, it's from Game Players. I'm sorry. Yeah, before they were Ultra Game Players, they had Nintendo Guide, and they had some Super Mario World parter in the 3 issues, and I only had this one. Again, Game Players. There's an Intelligent Gamer, the first issue of that. And this isn't a game magazine. This is a Daymark catalog from March of '92. Brought just a consumer guy winning at Nintendo. Yu-Gi-Oh booklet. Get out of here. PS Extreme. There's still some glare on there. Maybe that's a little bit better. It's a little bit dark now. Stupid lighting. Oh well, let's live with this. So yeah, this is another PlayStation magazine, Gamers Republic. And like I said, I did throw away a lot of magazines, but I kept at least 1 issue from everything that I had gotten. Here's PSX, which is another PlayStation magazine. I'm big into the PS1 back in the day. Hero Illustrated. Now this isn't video games solely, but video games, movie, and comics. This was the very first issue. Next Generation was a very kind of mature magazine for the time. It was exactly the opposite of GamePro. But this is the very first issue of that. I kept a couple issues of that, issue 124. I think this one here's issue 9, or not in any particular order, it seems. 26. But I like that, like in this magazine, the cover kind of wrapped around the entire thing, and it has this very nice texture. One of the most interesting, I'll probably wind up going through this one, because this has a very weird article with Jack Tramiel from 3DO. I think that's his name. Well, if I'm wrong, somebody will correct me. But here's, I think this entire stack is all the electronic gaming monthlies that I've kept over time. Let's see, what's at the bottom here? Darkstalkers. Actually, there's some more stuff down there. And there's a couple Nintendo Powers. I wasn't really a subscriber of Nintendo Power. Hey, what's down there? Oh, electronic games. Yeah, just some, I'm not going to bother moving the stack. And then down here, these are all, let me move the light here. These are all, Game Informer magazine. The interesting thing about, and I have some of the earlier ones, and now that I'm holding a light, I can't, oops, I just broke the light. So, seriously, I dropped it and it just broke. But here's, some of the earlier ones I have for Game Informer. But it seems like I've always had the card for Funkoland or GameStop. So I keep getting Game Informer. And I've never thrown any of them away, I think. So there's a ton of Game Informers. So I'm going to end this video here. Next video, I'll probably just kind of thumb through some magazines. That should be interesting. Broken Light. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Pharmaceuticals that demand the highest standards of quality and controls.
When Judy Garland died, it destroyed Puerto Rico's economy.